So I'm doing this interview of CyrielleOK. Few questions about the way she lived. So my first question is, can you describe yourself, like your name, your age, and what you're doing?
So my name is CyrielleOK. I'm 19 and I'm actually doing my studies, literary studies in Paris.
And where are you born?
I was born in France, in Bordeaux, in the southwest of France.
All right. And as a child, where do you live?
I lived first in Scotland, in Aberdeen for 4 years, and then in Asia, in Singapore and Bangkok for 1 year and 3 years.
Okay. So basically, your parents were moving when you were a child. Um, can you explain why your parents did that?
My father works for an oil company, so he moves a lot and he has the opportunity to work in many countries. So we moved with him as he was appointed.
Why did you come back in France?
We came back in France 10 years ago because my father had a proposition in France and it was easier for our studies since my older sister was at the end of her high school.
Okay, so basically your parents stayed for 10 years in France, and where are they now?
Right now they are in Australia because they moved a few months ago since all their children finished high school. They thought they could go abroad and leave us in France since we were old enough.
So did did something change? Did something was different because you were moving a lot as a child? Did you feel like you have no roots, or do you feel a little bit different that other child maybe?
Um, I didn't feel different because we were in an environment where we had many people like us who moved a lot, and we still had families and friends in France, and we were still our close family together. So we didn't feel different or without roots.
And as a choice, will you make the same choice as your parents? Will you, if you have the opportunity, would you do the same choices, or do you rather prefer staying in the same place?
I think I would like moving as well because, well, it's in. I was used to live like this, and if I had the opportunity, I think I would love to go abroad and move. Well, I'll see in the future, but it's something I'm considering.
If you could be, if you could define yourself as more a nomad person or a sedentary person, which one would you pick?
Well, right now I would say a sedentary person because I've been living in France for a long time, but I realized that. Unlike many of my friends, I'm more of a nomad person because I've been used to move a lot.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for explanation.